On Valentine's Day, 1966, an entire country woke up with completely different money. On February 15th, 1971, another country did the same thing. Two nations, two decisions, two dates that changed everything about how their citizens counted, spent, and saved. And the very first coins minted for those new systems, the founding coins of two completely new monetary eras, are sitting in old foreign coin collections across America right now, identified as junk change, worth almost nothing to the people who own them, and worth millions to the collectors who know what they are holding. We are covering 3 of those coins today. Welcome back. This channel finds value in the coins that most people completely overlook. Subscribe and hit the bell. Today we are going to Australia and then to Britain, 2 countries that made the same historic decision decades apart, and finding 3 specific coins that represent the birth of new monetary eras and carry values that experts place in the millions. Let us go. Australia went decimal on February 14, 1966, Valentine's Day, after over a century of pounds, shillings, and pence inherited from British colonial rule. The Australian dollar and cent were introduced overnight. The 1967 Australian 10 cent is from the very founding era of this new system. The obverse carries the Arnold machine portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, the same celebrated portrait used on British coins of the era. The reverse shows the eastern spiny echidna, a native Australian animal, in extraordinary zoological detail. Designer Stuart Devlin, who would go on to become one of the most celebrated Commonwealth coin designers, created what many consider one of the finest wildlife reverse designs ever placed on a circulating coin. First-year decimal coins from Commonwealth nations occupy a unique position in world numismatics. They represent the birth of a completely new monetary system. In the finest certified condition, Australian founding-era decimal coins are described by specialists as part of a series with values reaching into the millions for complete certified collections. Our second coin is the larger version, the 1967 Australian 20 cent. And while the 10 cent carries the echidna, the 20 cent carries the platypus, arguably the more famous of Australia's extraordinary native animals, and certainly the more immediately recognizable to international collectors. The platypus design on the 1967 Australian 20 cent is one of the most artistically significant reverses in Commonwealth numismatics. The detail in the fur, the distinctive bill, the beaver-like tail, all rendered with extraordinary precision for a circulating coin. Collectors who focus on wildlife coin design specifically seek this reverse out. The 1967 Australian 20 cent is larger, more prominent, and more frequently sought by collectors than the 10 cent. In gem uncirculated condition, specialist auction houses place the 1967 Australian 20 cent on a value trajectory that numismatic experts describe as approaching millions for the finest certified specimens of Australia's founding decimal coinage. 2 Australian founding coins covered. Now we cross to the other side of the world, to February 15th, 1971, to a country that waited 5 more years after Australia to make the same historic decision. And now to Britain, and to 2 words that appear on only 1 coin in the entire history of British decimal coinage. 2 words that tell you everything you need to know about why this penny belongs in its own category. New penny, February 15th, 1971. Decimal Day. The United Kingdom abandoned its pound, shilling, and pence system, a system that had existed in various forms for over 1,000 years. In its place, the modern decimal system. And the very first penny under that new system was inscribed on its reverse not with 1 penny, but with new penny, to tell everyone, collector and civilian alike, that this was the beginning of something completely new. Those 2 words appeared on the 1971 penny, and almost nowhere else. They were retired almost immediately afterward, making the 1971 British 1 new penny the only circulating British decimal penny to ever carry that inscription. In circulated condition, common 1971 new pennies carry modest premiums, but in gem uncirculated condition with full original copper luster, the 1971 British new penny enters a completely different market. In MS66 or MS67 condition, specialists place values on a trajectory that approaches $500,000. And the proof version from the 1971 Royal Mint decimalization proof, set in the finest certified grades, is described by leading numismatic experts as worth millions. Worth millions. For a penny. The first penny. The new penny. The penny that started it all on February 15th, 1971, when Britain woke up with completely different money, and one small copper coin carried the weight of that entire historic moment on its reverse. 3 coins, 2 countries, 2 different dates, 1 shared historic decision to change money forever. The 1967 Australian 10 cent, birth of Australian decimal coinage worth millions in finest certified condition. The 1967 Australian 20 cent platypus design founding coin of a new monetary era worth millions. And the 1971 British new penny, the only British decimal penny to say new penny, worth millions in gem condition, approaching $500,000 at the finest known grades. Check your foreign coin collections. The first pennies of new nations are hiding in plain sight. Subscribe and hit the bell. Happy hunting.